Yeah, let's get this thing going, baby. All right. All right, thank everybody for tuning in. Hey, this is your brother from another mother, no other. I don't look like Danny Glover, but I keep it cool for you guys. This is the thing. This is the thing. This is what I wanted to hear. This is what I want you guys to know right now, that thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be established. I'm telling you right now, what Jaylon Smith is talking about speaks volumes. This is what we really wanted from this team from day one. I'm telling you guys right now that Jaylon Smith, he's a new type of creature out there. He will attack. He will make it happen. He has the mindset, the fortitude of his thoughts, the temperament, the aggressive tone to get out there and make things happen. This is what I like about Jaylon Smith. No other player had this type of injury to come back to be explosive like he is out there. And when I'm telling you, a guy that have that type of ability to just speak those things into an existence, that's what I like to hear, guys. Does this team have the ability to be number one defense? That's what I want to hear. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your opinions too as well. But me personally, I'm saying this right here. Let me pull up the chat box because before I go any further and tell everybody, hey, I do know for sure that this team have the capabilities and the possibilities to be top 5. But Jaylon coming from the number 1 spot, that's what I like to hear. And this is how it's all possible. Everybody talking about the preseason, this and that, Dak Prescott, trying to rest the team on Dak Prescott. It never been about Dak Prescott. It's all about Ezekiel Elliott. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil man. That's who Ezekiel Elliott is. He is the guy. He's the heartbeat, he's the guy that's going to make everything go for the Cowboys nation. Trust me, mark my words, this team still have the ability to average 25 or more points a game. This defense alone rests its heads on Ezekiel Elliott. Did I say Ezekiel Elliott? I'm going to say it again. Ezekiel Elliott, time of possession. We all understood what happened in 2014. We saw what happened in 2016. Will this work for the Cowboys? Yes. And on top of that, can I jump to another team that it happened for and it helped them out? Can we go all the way back to John Elway's team when he won the Super Bowl in 1998 and 1999? That defense was formidable, right? But they had a guy named TD. And I think personally that Ezekiel Elliott is beyond better than a TD. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I know he's a Hall of Famer. But yes, this is what I'm talking about. Ezekiel Elliott for the Cowboys, my Cowboys, our Cowboys, the team that we love. I'm telling you guys that when you have Ezekiel Elliott out there, it helps the defense. And this defense already playing hungry. Let me know with the first team defense who scored on us. I'm waiting. I know it's preseason. I know it's preheating the oven, but still, this defense look like they're hungry. And what Jaylon Smith is speaking on is quite possible. It's quite possible, right? Shout out to Lewis Staggers, code name on YouTube, one of the first person that's in this thing. D-Town Text, hey, appreciate you, but you're second place. You gotta step it up just a little bit. The first place award goes to Lewis, and also third place. I'm not gonna leave you out, Marquez. You gotta pick it up, man. Gotta pick it up. Thank you for tuning in, though. To the nation, it's really always a pleasure. Plus for hearing and listening to you and what you have to say. Don't forget, guys, I'm live on Phantom. I'm live on EBSN Online. I'm live on Big Game James. You can't say game without saying Big Game James. I'm live on his page. And don't forget about Silver and Blue Nation all day, even twice on Sunday. Silver and Blue Nation, we live on that show too as well. Did I mention D. Dallas Prospect? Every legend was once a prospect. Regardless, every legend. Besides Deion Sanders, he already came out a legend, right? Every legend was once a prospect. Check that page out. Check that site out. Don't forget to follow that page too as well. I got a podcast, Law Nations, LAW Nation. Hey, join that podcast if you're alone or you're traveling around and this sort of thing. On the Law Nations Facebook page, I got Devin Shepard in the mix. Ted, what's up? Salute to you and your whole entire family. Randall Love, what's up? What it do, man? My guy, live like 95, Jamal Anderson. I ain't talking about the Dirty Bird. I'm talking about the real deal Holyfield, Jamal Anderson. What's up, man? Shout out to you, Jay. I know you coming in a little later on from my Facebook panel. Shout out to you, Mike James. Who? Mike James. What's up, man? Shout out to you too as well. Rashad Knight. Yes, we live like 95. Savage time all the time, every time. Everywhere you go, pull up Savage time. This is the thing. This is how we can get this defense together. It's going to be savage, just like my man's name on YouTube, Savage Time. This is how this thing can work. Go back, watch the game. I got it live on 95, like everything on my Patreon. Check that page out. Just jump on my Facebook. You can see the entire game, and you will see Jaylon Smith cutting off the edges. And this is what we want our middle linebacker to do anyhow, is to be able to cover the seam routes. Make sure that if anybody come across those slants, you make them pay. And I think with all of my mind, heart, and soul, and sinew, look, that Jaylon Smith will be able to do that. And also, did I mention, it's get better. This is how this team can be number one defense. Remember this. Look back at 2015, the Carolina Panthers, those little kitty cats, right, that lost to the Peyton Manning of all people. The defense was real. The defense was on point. Nobody saw them coming. Nobody saw them coming. And it's the same type of temperament that this team is having right now. Everybody counting us out. Everybody putting us behind the back forefront. And everybody using 2000. Put it like this. The Cowboys defense been improving even in our lean years. Even in our 2015 years when we was horrible, right? When Tony Romo laid down. Or even when we had everybody against us. Our defense, believe it or not, been stepping it up every single year. We've been improving on certain aspects. We got rid of the Brandon Hughes card. We got rid of the Mo Claiborne who couldn't stay healthy. And then we bring in and inserted the younger guys. And even through the growing pains, we were still able to stay into the mix. I do know that last year that everybody said that 9-7 was a horrible year. But I must remind those people that's out there, I think that the Giants won a Super Bowl with a 9-7 record. It's just that we had a lot of crazy things that happened. But believe it or not, just moving back this defense along, is now the time for everything to hit. We got replacements. We got backups for the backups of this linebacking core. Because we do know that when Sean Lee went down, that everybody was looking around who's going to be the guy that can step it up and stand into the mix. This guy, Joe Thomas, that's depth. And then also talking about LVE, I do understand that he's still hurt right now, but he's a learning in process, and he will be able to play and cover the passing plays out there. And then if we look back, not even talking about the secondary, because we know that this team is not, I think I heard on 105.3 The Fan and also on the DallasCowboys.com, go check out their pages, that Jason Garrett said they're bringing in guys now or as of tomorrow to help out this secondary, to help out this defense. And he said that he's not necessarily looking for a box safety. He's looking for a safety that can be versatile in a sense, who can play a little box and play out in space. So we're going to get our safety. It may not be the Earl Thomases of the world, but we're going to get a safety to help this team out. So we thinking down the line. So we're going to have the safety to help this team out. And then I'm trying to get back to this front four. We do know that this guy named number 94, all the fours, I'm telling you right now, all the fours are looking good. 94 is looking good. 74 is looking good. Every number that's ended in 4 is looking good right now. 54 is looking good. Man, hey, if you're a guy that's on this defense and you want to look good, because you already know number 24, snatch the ball out of the high heavens with the one hand. Chidobe Awuzie, snatching the ball up with the one hand. All these guys with the number 4 ending on their number is having one hell of an offseason right now. And this is going to matriculate. This is going to pour down to the regular season too as well. I'm just like Jaylon Smith. Thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be established, right? I'm saying that right now that Jaylon Smith, number 74, I don't know what number he's going to play with in the season, but he's showing up and he's showing out. Just go Google his number and tell me who his number really is, because I'm telling you, he's wearing and representing that number 74 well. And number 94, Randy Gregory. And then if we could jump to the offensive side, number 14, and Dak Prescott. Yes. And number 44, Darius Jackson. Maybe he can make this team too as well. It's something about numbers. I love numbers. Joe Thomas is the truth. Yes. Louis Staggers. Yes. Rashad Knight. Yes. 14. Yes. All day. Boomer Sooner. Go follow his page. Got some amazing highlights. Jamil Shower still on the team. He got... he's gone, but he's got to be fully healthy next year. I guess that's what you're saying. I think he tore up or snapped up his ACL. It's horrible for him. A D-Town text G. He's saying that number 4, Dak Prescott is looking good. This is the thing. Everybody want to pump the brakes on Dak Prescott, saying that he's trashing this thing. Don't worry about what the preseason have to offer. I'm going to remind you guys, in the early 90s, we looked horrible during the preseason. We looked so horrible that we went on ahead and won 3 Super Bowls within that time frame. It's all about this right here. You rest the running back because we really don't need to see Ezekiel Elliott, but maybe we can see him 2 series this time around because it's dress rehearsal, for crying out loud. And you do not worry about this offensive line. This is a long process, a long season, and we have to have our guys healthy enough. I think the Stingers, don't worry about that. Don't worry about Zach Martin. Don't worry about Travis Frederick. These guys shows up on Sundays anyway. Don't worry about that. This defense can be number 1. This is how this can be. Time of possession with the running game. That offensive line, I do know it's on the offensive side of the ball, but time of possession means everything. You run this ball down the throats. I'm telling you right now that this team could still average 25 to 30 points a game. And then on top of that, even last year before all of the fiasco happened, this team was still, for the first 8 games, if you don't believe me, look it up, this team was still averaging 28 points. Can anybody argue with me and say that this team is worse than it was last year? No, especially on offense. I do know that everybody's talking about the tight end play, but to me personally, I love the growth and the development of this young tight end core. I think that so far right now, this is my belief, this team can skate away and run free with 2 quarterbacks on the roster, and you can still slide in your 4 tight ends. I really think that they can ride out with 4 tight ends. I know that Jerry Jones always sprinkling in, hey, maybe I'll be a little antsy about the tight end Rico Gathers. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about what Jerry Jones is trying to sell. Look, Jerry Jones' ideology of this team is he always in the mindset of selling something. Jerry Jones will sell you the moon is made of cheese. And if you go up there and you believe that and you get up there and you say, hey, this is a rock, that's your thoughts. That's your problem. And hey, Jerry Jones went off and sold that to you. Jerry Jones is not operating his team. Go back to who's operating his team. Stephen Jones, Will McClay, those are the brains of the operation. So let's not just get too all in the funk of what Jerry Jones have to say. That's all I'm having to say on Jerry Jones. Shout out to who we have over here on my Facebook panel. Darren Williams Jr., not the first, but the junior. What's up, man? Shout out to you. Kaylin Lee, thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation's Facebook page. If you're on other channels, please just migrate over to the Facebook of Law Nations. Sorry I'm not able to read your comment if you're on the Big Game James, Phantom, EBSN online, as well as the other platform, because I only limited to my operation here. Shout out to you though. Derek Kirby, shout out to you too as well. D Dallas Prospect, hey, we always looking for prospects out there. So if you write, if you know how to do videos like I'm doing myself, hit up my guy Derek W. Kirby, or also just jump on the D Dallas Prospect page and hit him up, and we can talk about this stuff later down the line. But Hawk Rage Cowboys, what's up, guys? Don't forget to Hawk Rage and smash that button and hit the like. Share this content. Share this content. Share this content one more time, right? Help a brother out. All right, so Zeke didn't even play this preseason. Warpath, that's what I'm talking about. And we saw how this first team offense, they look good. I understand that we saying that Dak Prescott threw the ball over, but look up his QB rating. I'll sit and wait and look up the ability to protect the ball, and then put in your mind that this team is operational through Ezekiel Elliott, which that time of possession, everything is help out this defense, and this defense is hungry. Think about this. In the last 6 or 7 years, I do know that and understand that this is only preseason, but in the last 6 or 7 years, we didn't have this many takeaways. And takeaways is a part of the game. That's what helps elevate everyone. It's contagious. Those fumbles on the ball, those guys diving out for the ball, that is everything I love to see out there. Man, I'm telling you, man, I look, for that, I got to get crunk with it, man. Yeah. 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 That's what you got to do. You got to get crunk with it, man. Yes, it's 300 time, baby. It's one of those things where we got to get medieval with this thing one way or another. This team can have this thing going. And I will say this in closing. This team with number 54 mentality, with his chip on his shoulder, he should have a chip on his shoulder. 94 should have a chip on his shoulder. Number 90, he should have a chip on his shoulder from where they ranked him during the offseason with the all-player top 100. He should have a big chip on his shoulder. And then when we get Malik Collins, I do know he's on and off inside that interior. And the Jihad Ward and the Antoine Woods, or as my guy, a big game James, call him Barbecue Woods. I think that this team is something special as far as the defense. I do know that we have our little slight reservation. And did I mention Jordan Hip Pocket Lewis? I would not be surprised if he do like 2 picks in the first quarter against the this dress rehearsal, or even against the first week against the Carolina Panthers. I would not be surprised at all. I like the mental warfare that Chris Richard is implementing for this team. We can see that he's still gelling with Rob Marinelli, moving it along with the cover 2, because it's more so he loved to play the cover 3 scheme, but he's sitting back and he's learning what he can from Rob Marinelli, and Rob Marinelli is learning from him. So that rapport, that consistency is developing. I like to see that. Don't forget, one of the guys that I'm taking a good look at is number 23. The Robinson kid. He's flying out to the ball, being explosive. I like that aspect of it. This team is something special, guys. But that's all the time I have for today. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. We're out. And yes, we shouldn't move Byron Jones back to safety. Let him stay out there in the corner. We're going to get this thing going one way or another. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like this page, like this content, share this information, join the other people that's on this platform too as well. I got to go run. You guys know I got to go pick up my daughter from daycare, so this is what it is. That's all the time we have. Peace. Family first, baby. Hector, what's up, man? Steve, what's going on? Darren Williams, Hernandez, what's up? Stone Cold, I see you, baby. Let's get this thing going, man. Don't forget to share this stuff from me. Share this information, baby. Warpath, one of the coldest names on YouTube, man. That's what I'm talking about. Warpath this thing, baby. Let's go win this Super Bowl. DJ, what's up, man? Rashard, I see you, baby. Let's crank this thing up. Yeah.